Good morning, MMA fans. This will be my final video for today. So we got UFC Fight Night 116 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Rockhold versus Branch. So I'm just gonna do a fight pick for 3 fights. It's gonna be the 3 main fights that people want to watch anyways. The 3 last fights, I think they are. It's gonna be Hector Lombard versus Anthony Smith, Mike Perry versus Thiago Alves, and Luke Rockhold versus David Branch. I'm going to start off with the third to last fight. So we have Hector Lombard versus Anthony Smith. I'm going to take Anthony Smith in this fight. I'm actually going to take him by knockout. I think Hector Lombard is at the end of his career. I think this will be his last fight because I believe he will lose to Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith, I do expect to come in and either knock out or completely dominate Hector Lombard during the contest. I don't think Hector Lombard has it anymore due to age and also the fact that he was not a natural fighter before, and after USADA came in, he does not look nearly like the same fighter as he has in the past. He still has power though. I'm not going to discount him for that, but I think that's all he has. I think Anthony Smith is younger. Well, I don't think he's younger. He is younger. Anthony Smith is younger. He's on a streak. He's looking like he's becoming the fighter that he's always wanted to be. I think he's peaking, and I'm going to take Anthony Smith in this fight. Personally, I'm not really much of a fan of either. I don't really see the appeal with either. But if I have to make a pick based on recent performances, I think Anthony Smith is the way to go. I do expect him. No odds have been put up yet, but I expect Anthony Smith to come in as a 2-1. I don't think he'll get any worse than that, but I would be surprised if he came in as a 2.5 or 3-1 favorite. If that were the case in the betting lines, I think I would stay away because, like I said, Hector Lombard still most likely is possessing some decent knockout power in his hands. So the most I would put down on Anthony Smith would be up to a 2-1 favorite. I really hope that we do get a good line on Anthony Smith though, because I really do believe he will win. Any worse than a 2-1 for Anthony Smith, I'm not going to put any money on him. So like I said, Anthony Smith by knockout. I'll stick with that one. And then next fight we have Mike Perry versus Thiago Alves. This is going to be my main event of the night just because Mike Perry is such a violent fighter. I think Mike Perry is the most violent fighter I've ever seen. My entire life watching MMA, this guy is violent. This guy seems violent outside of the cage and inside of the cage. Thiago Alves is a crafty veteran, but I believe he has a lot of wear and tear on him. He's got quite a few miles on him. I think Mike Perry is young and just such a violent fighter. He's never been knocked out. Well, in MMA, he has been knocked out in a professional boxing match, but this guy is extremely tough, and he basically comes to knock guys out. I don't have very many details on how they will be technically or how this fight will work out technically, but if I have to go based on youth, I had a little lisp over there. If I have to go based on youth and just sheer power, which I believe power is going to be a factor in this fight, I'm going to go with Mike Perry. I don't know if this fight is a good fight to bet on, but if the odds on Mike Perry are good, I would say why not? Go for it. And then Luke Rockhold versus David Branch. This is not a bettable fight to me. Luke Rockhold's line is crap. I don't really think David Branch can pull it off, although I do believe that this fight will end up going past 3 rounds. I think this fight actually will go the distance. I think David Branch is a very good fighter, and Luke Rockhold has been one of the best at middleweight for a long time. So I'm taking Luke Rockhold by decision in this fight. I think a lot of people are on Luke Rockhold by stoppage, but I don't see it happening. So those are my picks: Anthony Smith, Mike Perry, and Luke Rockhold. I have Anthony Smith and Mike Perry by violent knockouts, and I will probably bet on those fights if the lines are good enough. Luke Rockhold, decision. Alright, well, those are just my picks. Please post your own. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Take care.